Today I want to quickly make a fancy oriental rug that we can use to decorate the various buildings in the game. Here's what it will look like when it's done. To begin with, I've drawn 1/4 of the rug because ultimately we're going to mirror it in both directions. Once again, I've drawn this just in ballpoint pen on a piece of cardstock. I'm going to do a contrast enhancement. I'm also going to blur the image a little bit because the pen lines look a little bit brittle once you magnify them. I'm going to change the color balance so that our lines are more of a reddish color rather than black. And I'm going to set this against kind of a cream colored background because that's what I imagine the carpet will look like. I'm going to attempt to make the carpet look a little bit fuzzy, and the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to create a noise pattern just by adding some random noise to a blank image, and we'll enhance the contrast to that and kind of scale it up and blend it onto the carpet pattern, so that way we get little dots all over it. And I don't know if that will work real well, but we'll see what it looks like. Alright, I still think that looks a little bit dull, so we're going to try a little experiment here. We're going to add a little bit of color, just a little splash of color, and just kind of blend it in, and we'll see how that works. I didn't really have a plan coming into this. I'm kind of innovating some of these techniques on the fly, so I'm not really sure how it's going to turn out or if it's really going to work well, but we'll call it an experiment. Alright, I think that looks okay for now. So the last thing I'm going to do is resize it so that it's sort of a square, and its dimensions resolution will be a power of 2, and then we'll just save that. Alright, now we're in Blender, and I'm going to make the model of the carpet. So to start off with, we just have a regular quad, and I'm going to UV unwrap that, and it's really simple. It's just the entire texture map. It's going to fill up the quad. Straightforward. Alright, so now I'm going to reshape this a little bit. The carpet's going to be a little bit longer one way than the other, so I'm going to shape it accordingly. Notice the red and green lines here, which represent the X and Y axis in Blender. We're going to put everything on one side of the intersection between those two lines. That way our entire geometry is in a single quadrant. Alright, now I'm going to apply Blender's mirror modifier, and what that's going to do is it's going to copy all of the geometry and it's going to reflect it across one of the axes. And it's going to copy the texture coordinates also, so you can see the texture is applied to the new geometry and it's mirrored. So now we have this symmetrical pattern. We can actually mirror it on 2 axes. That way we can get our full carpet. And it's that simple. Alright, now we take the model, open it in Unity, and here's what it looks like in the engine. But I want to make a few modifications to get it to blend into the world a little bit better. First of all, I think it should be a little bigger, so we're going to scale it up. Using my custom shader, I can add a secondary texture. So this is actually just a water-stained piece of paper is where this texture comes from. But in this case, it's going to look just like splotches on the carpet. And I'm going to make the overall color of the material to be a little bit darker and kind of more yellow, to emphasize the yellowness of it. Alright, and there we go. It's a kind of a gross, dingy, stained carpet, but that kind of fits in with the aesthetic a little better. Alright, and that's all there is to it.